Y'all, I was so caught up watching Brandy and Monica that I'm just getting to this review. I apologize. We know Brandy won, right? I mean, we love Monica, but Brandy won that. Anywho, to Potomac. So we open with Candace talking about babies, and she's looking at houses that she can't afford. She's discussing with Chris that Monique invited her to her lake house as well as all the ladies, and she's just wondering should she go or not. Now we see a little montage of all the ladies packing, getting ready to go to Monique's. And we see that Giselle is on the phone with Jamal Bryant's assistant to make plans with him. I just thought that was weird. Like, you gotta go through his assistant to make plans with him? He that busy? So now we're with Ashley and Michael, and he's making sure that Ashley takes the baby with her to Monique's lake house. And he's saying like, oh, well, you just had this baby. 3 days is too long to be away from him. Honestly, like, they have a nanny. Like, I don't understand, like, what's the problem of her leaving the baby behind? Now, Ashley's saying some shit about Michael being an ass man, and I'm just thinking, oh, is that why you got those anal tears? I mean, we already know, but just by watching Alexander Rogers' review, we know that, Michael loves the anus, whether it be Ashley's or some other gentleman. So next scene, we're at Monique's, and we see that Karen, as well as Giselle, is meeting her there, and they're all going to be riding together. Now, Jesus, like, is T'Challa her pet bird, like the 7th cast member this season? Like, this bird is getting real camera time right now. I think he's got more camera time than Wendy. Wow, Karen actually looks good in this little crop top jumpsuit. She looks good. I'm not mad at it. Now, she sees Monique and Giselle being real chummy, and she's just like, where am I right now? Like, these bitches used to hate each other. She also says she hopes Giselle's fashion sense doesn't rub off on Monique because she cannot dress. Like, in her confessional, like, she's like going off on a tangent saying how bad Giselle can't dress. And it's just funny because it's just nice to know that Karen sees it as well as we do. Like, this girl cannot dress to save her life. She needs a stylist. I would say this every episode that I see her in some type of crazy shit that she's wearing. Like, she needs a stylist. Karen, help her out. So it looks as if Monique, Karen, and Giselle are like the 3 alphas of the show at this point. So they're all driving together, and they're gossiping about like why Michael didn't keep the baby and why Ashley bringing it. They're talking about Candace, maybe they don't know if she's coming or not. And then they're talking about how Wendy was talking about Karen. So they get to Monique's lake house, and I gotta say, this is really beautiful. I mean, it's like a really big house in the middle of nowhere, but it looks really serene and relaxing. Oh my God, Robin is on time. What? Wow, the producers must have had a talk with her. It's just like, if you're late for one more event, we cutting your check. Wow, Monique has like a little golf cart to get to her guest house? Okay. She does have 4 homes, so she got money. So it looks like the lake house is 4 bedrooms and the guest house is 2 bedrooms. So we see that Candace arrived and decided to come. She said that she's still beefing with Monique, but she's going to keep it cordial. I really can't with these producers giving T'Challa the Bird subtitles. They are really doing the most. They really are. So now Wendy arrives, and then she's asking Monique about the room situation. Monique basically lays out to her that there's only 1 room left. Like, Giselle and Robin have the guest house. Of course, Monique has the master bedroom. Karen already chose her bedroom. The 2 bedrooms that are left is the one with the crib in it, and then another room. And I'm guessing that's where she finds out that Ashley was allowed to bring her baby. And Wendy is clearly pressed about that. Now we see Ashley's the last one to arrive. It's her baby, and her nanny. Where the nanny gonna sleep? On the couch? Now, while Wendy is talking to the ladies, T'Challa just comes out of nowhere and just does a beeline right to Wendy. She is screaming for bloody murder, and oh my God. I rewinded this part maybe 7 or 8 times. He went right for her. And then the other ladies are like just scurried to the corner. And if you pay attention to that scene, go back and look at Candace chewing like a gerbil. So Robin asked Ashley, oh, so Michael couldn't take the baby? And Ashley says, well, I just can't be away from him. And Wendy's just like, girl, come on. Like, I just had a baby and I'm fine. Now, Robin does come to Ashley's defense and says, well, Wendy, this is your 3rd kid. This is Ashley's 1st. And Wendy's like, it don't matter. I still have a new kid. It doesn't matter. Now, there's a lot of controversy on how this popped off from the beginning. Like, I really think it was just like a misunderstanding. Like, it was Wendy's frustration, and we know Ashley will pop off at any second. Now, it started with Karen asking Wendy, does seeing baby Dean make you miss your little girl? And she said yes, and she was complaining about it. Wendy said, I thought this was a girl's trip. Now, if I known I could have brought my baby, I would have brought my baby. Now, Ashley says, well, my husband had to work. And Wendy says, well, my husband works too. And then Ashley says, well, my husband has his own business. Wendy's like, my husband is an attorney. Okay, so we're getting closer and closer to the left right now. It's getting a little problematic. Now, it's escalating, and Ashley says, just because you decide to be away from your child, don't get mad at me. And I really do think that was the point where Wendy had enough, because Wendy was passionate to me, even though her delivery was a little aggressive. Like, I just think it was a miscommunication, that's all. Now they're really arguing. Like, Ashley's like, mind your business. So as they're going back and forth, Monique is trying to break it up. She's like, calm down, y'all, stop. So she's telling Wendy, like, I really honestly told Ashley that she could bring her baby. If I knew that it was going to be this much of an issue, you could have brought your baby too. So it's diffused for right now. Now, my thoughts on who is wrong. Now, I'm trying to give Wendy the benefit of the doubt because I like her. But, Ashley ain't no punk and she not gonna take no shit. It don't matter. So I get her being defensive, and maybe Wendy was projecting and it just escalated. Like, I don't know. I just don't think Wendy was the aggressor. I just think she was speaking her mind and then Ashley rebutted. So I don't know. Right there, I'm just like, okay, I just think it was a one-off. It was a misunderstanding. Nobody's fault to me yet. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. So I'm not sure why the ladies are complaining about cell phone reception when clearly they could just ask for the Wi-Fi. Now, Monique takes this time to just talk to Wendy one-on-one and just trying to diffuse the situation and just say like, look, honestly, if I knew that you were this frustrated about not bringing your kid, like I definitely, I would have gave you the invite to bring your child too. So we see Candace going over to the guest house where Giselle and Robin are, and Lord, what is Giselle wearing? Like, what is she wearing? This black and white frilly blouse with a black leather miniskirt. Girl, do y'all like what she wearing, or is it just me? I'm not feeling this at all. So Candace is talking to Giselle, and this time she's apologizing for making that online comment about Giselle's $900,000 barn. It looks like Giselle is a little bit more receiving at this point, and she's actually hearing Candace, and Candace apologizes again, and they make up and they move on. But just as they make up and move on, we see Giselle in her confessional comparing Candace to a dog. So the ladies are all at dinner and they want to play a game of questions around the table, because what else are they going to do? Now, the questions aren't too messy, but they get progressively messy. Like, for instance, Karen is asking Giselle, like, oh, how does it feel to be, back with your lying, cheating ex that embarrassed you and had kids outside the marriage? And Giselle doesn't really take any offense to it, surprisingly. She just says her piece. Apparently, I'm on the interstate right now. I need the patience of Monica with Brandy right now. Whew, I hope when I'm in New Orleans filming, I get some peace and quiet, Jesus. Anywho, back to this review. So Giselle asks Ashley, has her booty hole healed? And I'm just like, really? And Ashley says, no, it did not. And then Karen brings up the question we all wondering, like, is it because of the anal sex you having with Michael? Because we know he prefers the back door. Now, Karen finally confronts Wendy on a question about, why you all in my love life situation with Ray. And Wendy is basically saying like, oh, I didn't mean anything by it, but you do come off cold to me and you know me. So it's funny, like this didn't really escalate to anything, but they do aggressively agree to each other to go have dinner and get to know each other better. Now, Monique brings up the incident earlier that Wendy had with Ashley, and she's saying like, yeah, you really like popped off. Were you frustrated? And Ashley, she ain't never scared. She was just like, yeah, you came all real ferocious, like for no reason, and you really popped off. Now, Wendy's rebuttal is, I'm passionate. And this reminded me immediately of Amanda Seales when she said, I'm not hostile, I'm passionate. Anywho, she said she was passionate, and if I pop off. You know it. Now, it looks like it's about to go left again. And it's funny because Wendy and Ashley both agree that her delivery was way off, but Wendy refuses to apologize. And it's clear to everyone at the table that, Wendy owes Ashley an apology. Just come on. So Robin brings up to Wendy like, girl, you don't think you should apologize? Like, you just said that you were just frustrated getting here and everything. And Wendy's like, no, I don't. And she says it doesn't warrant an apology. Ashley says, I'm good on you. And then Wendy's just like, well, I'm done too. Like, I'm done. I'm done with it. Now, Robin's trying to be peacemaker because, she bonded with Wendy. She's like, now, Wendy, if that was me and, you take your frustrations out, you don't think you would owe me an apology? Wendy still says no. She is confident in her answer, and I don't think she's going to be apologizing anytime soon. Now, this is what I'm guessing just made the conversation just go completely left. Ashley says, well, you just must not have any female friends. And Wendy comes back on 1,000 saying, well, no, I just don't deal with fake bitches like you. She said bitch with the hard B. So then that's when it gets just out of hand. Like, it is on between the two. Like, they are going back and forth right now, and then Wendy's like, I'm checking you right now. And Ashley's like, no, you ain't. She's like, check, 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 check. I was laughing my ass off on that scene. It was almost like a Marlo and Sheree moment, because you have Ashley doing this to her, and you have check, 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 check. So, yeah, I'm enjoying this madness right now. And then we get to the final read with Wendy saying, I don't deal with your kind. And your kind addresses me as Dr. Wendy. And then everyone's just like, oh Lord, here we go. And it's to be continued. So yeah, I really enjoyed this episode way better than the last one. I really enjoyed it. I had some good laughs. Honestly, at this point, I think Wendy is wrong because an apology just costs nothing. Just say sorry to the girl. But I'm holding out hope that the next episode, with persuasion from the other ladies, Wendy gives Ashley an apology, because she really does deserve an apology at this point. Because Wendy is just going ham for no reason. But yeah, that's my review. And like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the episode. And yeah, I will see you. What's my next video? Oh, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Reunion, Part 1. So yeah, I will see y'all later. Bye.